Good evening, I'm Charlene Ramdani. This is Headline News on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar says legislation entitled the Interception and Communications Bill will be brought to Parliament in the hope that it will strike the balance between the need for regulated tapping and to prevent the abuse and misuse of power. The legislation comes on the heels of the discovery of a major wiretapping scam, which the Prime Minister told Parliament targeted politicians, public officials, members of the judiciary, trade unionists and members of the media, as well as President George Maxwell Richards and even former Commissioner of Police James Philbert. Also on the list of those who were illegally monitored by the Secret Intelligence Agency through wiretapping were now Opposition Leader Dr. Keith Rowley and Diego Martin East MP Com Imbert. The Prime Minister says it is scandalous that such high-tech equipment was used to monitor private and public officials and no dent on crime was made.
Mr. Speaker, words cannot express the deep sense of personal outrage I feel about this matter. Such an unwarranted and unjustified invasion of the privacy of our citizens is indeed cause for alarm. Why on earth, Mr. Speaker, would a government wish to engage in such unproductive illegal activity when the country was under siege as a result of crime? Why would a government wish to engage in the invasion of the privacy of the rights of citizens of this country, Mr. Speaker, at the expense of fighting crime, when our citizens will be sieged, Mr. Speaker, on an onslaught of crime?
The Prime Minister says the illegal operation has cast a dark shadow on the country's democracy.
Mr. Speaker, that such illegal activity could have been facilitated and supported by the executive arm of the state is a stain on our proud and cherished tradition of parliamentary democracy and rule of law. It has also cast a dark shadow on the politics of our country. We may never fully appreciate the dangerous consequences that such actions may have on a civilized society based on law and order, with a respect for the rights and freedoms of the individual and for the rule of law.
The Prime Minister says she has since advised the President to revoke the appointment of Nigel Clement as head of the Special Intelligence Agency. We have full details of this story and the reaction of former Prime Minister Patrick Manning, as well as the day's top stories in the CNC3 News at 7.